Hey, Tony Gaskins here, just popping in real quick in Turks and Caicos, and not really no lighting in here, and so didn't want to be on camera, but wanted to talk to you about this here. What I was just reading about, I saw a young man in the NBA, can't remember his name now, Dylan Brooks, and it was talking about his child's mother and the messages she was sending him. Now, of course, she could have been gaslit. He could have cheated on her, could have cursed her out. Like, every action has a equal or greater reaction. So I highly doubt she just woke up one morning and said, I'm gonna send somebody to cut off all your fingers so you never play basketball again, or send somebody to kill your mom, unless she has a mental health issue. And he is known to be a nuisance and a bully in the NBA against grown men, and the stuff he says to them and the way he treats him. So I could imagine who he would lie down with would be a reflection of him. And that's my point of this video. A lot of times people come to me for coaching and they're like, hey, I want to get married. I want to meet somebody. I don't know how to pick the right person. I'm not attracting the right person. I keep attracting this type. And I was just talking to my wife last night about how I feel like she is perfect for me and she fits me perfectly. And through my highs, through my lows, she was able to, be there alongside of me. And when I get to the root of it, I really believe that when you have a heart for God, meaning you want to do the right thing and you want to be in right standing, not a religious type of brainwash in the sense to where you just moving like your stuff don't stink, but meaning your heart is pure and you have morals, you have values, you will naturally attract the right person. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And who approaches you is not who you attract. A lot of times people get that confused and they think that, oh, this bum walked up to me, so it's not true that you attract what you are. You were approached by them. But if you settle for them, then that is a reflection of you. Whoever you choose to settle down with, to be in a relationship with, that is your reflection. Because you had to choose their conversation, their mindset, their work ethic, their behavior, their habits, their choices. You chose them. So if you have eyes and ears, you are an adult, you're talking, you going on dates, you doing those things. If you deal with them and you decided to go into a relationship with them, that's who you chose. So if you are wondering, how can I be sure of who I will end up with? Nothing is 100% guaranteed, but your best chance is how you move. I have talked to people who are not health conscious. They don't pay the gym any attention. They don't pay what they eat any attention. And they will say to me, I want a slim fit person. And I'm like, well, if you're not slim and fit and not trying to get there, then what makes you think someone who is slim and fit will want to be with you? And they will respond, I always get slim fit people. Slim fit people love my body. They love, big boned people. And that is a state of delusion. And I don't know if it's from reality TV, if it's from, shows like Pop the Balloon, if it's from the music, but we have this sense of delusion where a lot of people just really can't look in the mirror and say, okay, what am I doing to attract this and then to perpetuate this cycle. So you really have to go within, and you gotta be internal about this, and you have to have the inner view, not the interview, the inner view, where you're looking on the inside of you and you're evaluating your heart, you're evaluating your thoughts, your choices, your decisions, and then you putting a plan in place to make the necessary changes. Because one thing I can assure you, the more a person works on themselves, the more picky they become, the more judgmental they become. I know we hate that word, but every human judges. And they take the risk of being judged as they are judging, and they're okay with that. But the more a person feeds their mind, their body, their soul, their spirit with the right things in the right ways, the higher their standards going to become. Even if you're currently in a relationship, whether you're dating, you're engaged, you're married, if your other half starts to grow and to change, they're going to start looking down their nose at you if you are living a complacent lifestyle. So you have to be very intentional about the relationship you have with yourself. And you got to grow in the areas you need to grow in, and you have to grow relentlessly and unapologetically, and then you will start to change your circle. And not even looking at yourself, look at someone else. So if you look at someone and you see them with no degree, and let's say they're flipping burgers at McDonald's, and then you ask yourself, okay, if I'm a matchmaker, who would I match them with? Like, what type of job or career can I match them with? And then think of all of those people. Then get this person a degree. They get a degree. They get a corporate job. Now you say, who can I match them with? Get them a master's degree. They get paid more. Now you say, who can I match them with? You could do the same thing if your mind doesn't work like that. You could think about if you see a person and then they lose 20 pounds. Their options change with every pound they lose, because it's somebody else that's in the gym with them that's losing pounds, and people want their reflection. Some people who are delusional want to date up. They want somebody who's gonna make them look good. They want somebody who is gonna approve them. But people with common sense and people who have a healthy dose of self-love, they're realistic and they want their reflection. They want their equal. So think about this and realize that who you marry, who you end up with, is gonna be the most important decision you make in your life. So before you marry someone else, you first gotta marry yourself. You have to love you, and you gotta work on you, and you gotta get yourself to the level that you wanna be at. And then when you start to attract different, you gotta know what is the heart of the matter. Are you looking at the aesthetics? Are you wanting someone so that y'all could look good in a photo? Or do you want someone where your hearts can connect and you can be best friends and you can get along in any environment, at any time, at any financial level, at anywhere in the world? Because your heart and your mind is aligned, because you have the same foundation in your morals and your values and your core beliefs. So get out of the Love Island mindset, the pop the balloon mindset, the reality love mindset, and really understand how that stuff is affecting you, and then get to the core of what you really want and who you really are. So, hey, think about this. I'll be back to my normal environment next week. Had to get away and, have a little quiet time with my wife, one-on-one. And even doing this just helped me realize that I married right and reinvigorated me to keep growing, keep getting better. But hey, God bless you. All the important links is in the description, and we'll be in touch.